Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the extended delay, but everyone's here now. So welcome to Startups Track at CodeCamp, powered by ReadyForStartups, and we'd like to thank CodeCamp, our partner, for allowing us to organize this track. So again, thanks to CodeCamp and thanks to all the sponsors for making the entire conference possible, and I hope you guys have a great day and lots of talks, interesting talks, and make the most of it. So I'm Paul Kirilla, I'm co-founder at ReadyForStartups and co-founder of a few other businesses. Basically, ReadyForStartups is going to be about organizing startup events in cluj-napoca. We've got 3 signature events that you're going to hear about more and more over the following months. The first one is PitchIT, which is going to happen in the following 35-40 minutes. The second is Breaking a Startup, which is going to be the closing event of our day here. And the third is called Init, and it's about bringing together industry and IT people to solve real-world problems. This is the one event we weren't able to pull off for CodeCamp, but if you go to readyforstartups.co and subscribe to our newsletter, we'll let you know when and where it happens. So, here are some facts about the startup ecosystem in Cluj-Napoca that we got from Cluj Startups, and thanks a lot for that. We've got at the moment about 100 active startups in Cluj, of which 5 have been acquired over the past years, about 50 plus failures, and about 20 startups which have gotten investment recently. So, without further ado, what is PitchIT about? We're going to have 3 startups today. Each of them gets 5 minutes to pitch and demo their product, after which we allow for a 5-minute question and answers round. I urge you to ask questions, and I'm sure they'll do the best to answer them. So, I'm going to give the microphone now to Ksenia from Planable, and she's going to take it from here.
Back and forth emails, 10 people and 12 hours. That's how much it took to create one Hillary tweet during the election campaign. And that's a happy case. Behind most brand posts, there is a team of 3 to 10 people and a process of planning, reviewing, and approving content that can take up to a whole month. Time in which social media departments struggle and waste a lot of time working in outdated and cluttered tools such as Excels, PowerPoints, and endless email threads. From being a one-man show, social media marketing quickly became the job of an entire team of diverse professionals, from the head of PR to the new intern. But the tools didn't adapt to the new and modern workflow. Planning content, reviewing and collaborating is still manual, extremely frustrating, and time-consuming. Planable solves this problem. We are building a tool for social media teams to help them transform their creative content ideas into shareable prototypes. Gather feedback right on the work itself. Get quick, one-click approvals and schedule the posts to social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. It's everything a team would need: roles, permissions, notifications, version history, and security. It's also everything a client would need: no login, no complicated technical knowledge, and no time-consuming onboarding. We provide agencies, in-house PR departments, freelancers, and anyone working in teams with the power to go from idea to publish faster, to create better content through painless collaboration and experience their work as though it's live. We're tapping into a $5 billion market growing 20% year over year. We have 1,000 users, and many of them are just psyched to get their creative time back by using Planable. We're driving the content planning process at brands such as Moto, McDonald's, Virgin, and Volkswagen. We're a freemium SaaS with a paid monthly subscription as low as $10. As a team, we have a lot of social media marketing experience, and we tried every single solution out there. And honestly, they all suck. Plannable is a big step forward, and it will become the norm for social media content collaboration. We built Plannable because we really needed it. And then we realized that many other social media teams need it as well. We know our users, because a year ago we were our users. I founded and managed a young social media agency and worked with more than 20 brands on marketing, branding, and social media projects. Our CTO, Nico, has more than 5 years of web development experience and has worked in a social media agency before Plannable. Our CMO, Vlad, is a true hustler, a very talented marketer, and he dropped out of college to join Plannable. We are the proud winners of Pennsylvania's startup competition. We just came back from an amazing Silicon Valley experience where I graduated Tim Draper's famous Entrepreneur Academy. We are building a world-class software for social media teams. We know it's going to be awesome. And we could build it faster, better, stronger with you. So join us. We're looking for a JavaScript developer, and let's talk after the pitches. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, just hit me up. Okay.
Well, I have a question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to know what's your growth rate at the moment?
So we're growing 80%. We're growing our active users number 80% month over month.
Okay, and of those users, how many are paying users? Because you have a freemium model.
Yeah, so currently we're in a free beta. We're still trying to figure out what is the best value for our users to be charged with. So we currently are testing and piloting Plannable with 10 agencies in Romania, Poland, US, and Brazil.
Okay, understood. And how active are these users? I mean, how much do they use the product, basically?
So they not only invite other users, which is a really good sign of virality and a really good sign that they trust the platform. They also create content and schedule it, so they use it weekly and actually daily.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Paul. Yes.
Excellent. Congratulations on the pitch.
Thank you.
What is the biggest challenge you have in this moment in scaling? I mean, in growing the startup?
Yeah, so right now we have a really active group of people who are really psyched to use Plannable, and we need to figure out how to scale this. So we have a group of early adopters, and we need to go beyond that. Also, we need to expand our engineering team and raise an investment round.
Do you focus on specific markets? Because you said Poland, US, Romania, and so on. And if you do, how difficult it is to switch from one market to another?
We're not focusing on one specific market, it's global. When we did some marketing campaigns, we did it globally. We didn't focus on a specific market, but we did notice it got a lot of traction in Brazil, US, and Europe. So that's going to be our market, basically. Thank you. Yes?
How big the investment should be in order to grow and scale this money-wise?
Yeah, so right now we're looking for a bridge investment of 50K, and it's going to last us 1 year and a half, 2 years. We hope it's going to take us to break even.
Okay, and another question, until now, did you already raise an investor or contact an investor, or did you do it on your money?
Yes, we did have a pre-seed investment from Freiburg Capital.
Okay. And the team, how big is the team right now?
We have 3 people in our team, 1 engineer, 1 marketer, and myself on the business side, and we are looking for 1 more engineer.
So only you 3 that?
Yes,
For sure. Okay.
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Bogdan, please.
Sure. Yes, can you tell us please a little bit about the clients? Like what type of clients are they, and did you manage to convince any big brands to use it?
Yes, so 50% of our users are people working in marketing, social media, and PR agencies. We also have a lot of freelancers. So usually the type of users we have are agencies, freelancers, but also in-house marketing teams working at brands. And we managed to convince one of the biggest agencies in Romania, Think Digital, to use their product with their clients, such as Volkswagen, but also without any marketing campaign, a couple of big brands such as Moto, Virgin Mobile, and Wild Turkey and other big brands found out about us and are using it actively as we speak. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, so next I'm going to invite to the stage Adrian Boros from PitchIT.
So, our product is about kindergarten and kids.
Just a second.
Well, I can start without that. So, if you have kids in kindergarten today, you understand the importance of what happens with your kids during that day. I have two kids, both are in kindergarten, for about 5 years now, and during this time I've noticed that kindergarten communication is a struggle. Considering the rise of social networks, the new normal is to be connected and to be up to date with everything you want to know. But with kindergartens, this is lagging behind. Also notice that kindergarten do their management based on Excel files and Word documents. And at the end of the month, they do a monthly fee calculation for each kid based on their daily attendance, optional courses, cost, monthly fee, and discount, which is a time-consuming effort for them. Our solution was to build a private social platform to address all of these problems. If your kid is on the platform today, you'll get updates with messages, images, videos, documents. You'll get to see their cost, see their menu, daily menu, and you get a daily report about how your kid was during the day. We've launched in October last year, and currently we have 8 kindergartens that are using our platform. At the moment, we are working on opening up the platform for free usage and letting the parents and teachers build up their own little group community. And we're also planning to implement a marketplace for kinder-related products and services and build mobile apps for the platform. At the moment, we charge kindergartens €6 per child per month, and we're working to adding additional revenue streams such as the marketplace and the ads. We're a team of 2 senior IT professionals, both parents and all friends, and we think we built a pretty solid software application for kindergartens. We have a quick demo to the platform. Okay, here we have a teacher that has a group of 5 kids and an optional course, where you can see the interface that it's pretty easy for them to publish content for parents. We built a section for daily reporting for parents, for each kid. A messaging section, events and polls. We have an interface, much more complex interface for kindergarten, of course, because they also do their management, and they have full view of everything that happens in the kindergarten. Okay, here we have a parent interface where they can see basically everything that happens with your kid, that is related to your kid. What we did here is there is an interface for them to save images about their kids. So, in a single step, you build an album for your own kid based on everything your kindergarten or your teacher post on the platform. Okay, here we see how. Thank you.
So, my mom is a kindergarten teacher, and I know how busy she is during the day. How are you going to incentivize the teachers to upload content when they are so full of other tasks to do?
Basically, we can say that without the daily reporting tool section, it takes a teacher about 3-4 minutes on a daily basis. And images, they can upload them on maybe when the kids sleep, or in the evening, or after the problem is done, or during it. Or also there are kindergartens that have a special person that takes the pictures, and that person can manage the uploading content. Plus, kindergartens take a lot of pictures with kids to promote themselves, and they upload them on Facebook. On Facebook it's for the kindergarten, and it's not for the parents. Parents are usually not liking and sharing their own kid images on Facebook because it's private, it's their own kid. They can agree, they are agreeing to let kindergartens use their child image, of course, to promote themselves. But for them as a parent, is a time-consuming effort to find out each of his kid image and save them, download them, then manage them on their computer and so on. So that was one of the problems that we try to address.
Hello. I was interested in you said that kindergartens lose a lot of time in reporting. Does your application integrate the reporting for accounting and fiscal reporting requiremits? Are those integrated in this version? Or do you envisage integrating them? Or is it this? Do you feel like this is needed?
Well, at the moment we have like informational cost for, so it's not fiscal yet, nothing is fiscal yet. We plan, of course, we plan to integrate solutions like a Visa or others that can be used. But at the moment, what we have is transparent reporting tool for the kindergartens and for the parents to see how much they have to pay. So how they pay it, it's not yet included in our platform.
I understand why a parent would would use your platform, but what's your pitch on the kindergarten? So you are going to a kindergarten, and how you convince them that they need to implement your to use your platform, to adapt? Because if you don't convince them, you
Well, yeah, that's
can't grow.
that's one. Of course, that's one something that we're trying to address. Of course, kindergartens is about management and we deal with people. So, how do we convince? It's basically everything we do. It improves their relation with their clients, with their parents, their clients.
So you are saying that it could be a service that they offer to the
Yes,
parents?
it is a very good service for them, of course. Because as a parent, I very much like to have a tool that I get daily updates with everything and with images. Of course, at the end of the day, I'm happy to know everything that happened with my kid, to get to see pictures, to get to see how it works, to get to see their menu.
Are you thinking of extending this application for schools? Because kids at an older age are likely to be, let's say, more interesting for their parents in school or in high school than they are in kindergarten. I'm asking if you consider this a new market you can extend.
It's a new market. It's something that we can address later. Because basically this, as we consider it, it's for the parents. And what we can easily extend now, the market is for after school programs, where they have courses that they attend and they do all kinds of activities there, and for parents they can see the update. Of course, schools can be an option, but for that it's a little bit different. It can be addressed later if we see that it makes sense for us, of course.
One last question.
Who owns the data that's uploaded into the platform?
Well, it's a key question. I'm assuming that we own the data at the moment because it's on the server. So if it's
You own photos of my children?
no, I store them. We store them. Not a question of ownership.
You can tell us in your terms of service.
Well, yeah, of course. That's anything else online. So, who owns your email? Basically, you think you own your email. You can receive. Well,
It's in the terms of service.
yeah, we understand that.
Yeah, but I think it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, okay, for sure it is. But basically, what we try to do is to be private for the parents, and not be something that it's public or you get to see too much of. Basically, everything we see is about your kid. Our images is about images from your kid group. So that's segmented.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Adi. Okay, next is going to be Vlad from CoinFlux.
Hi everyone, I'm Vlad, I'm the CEO of CoinFlux. I have a very simple question for you. Let me see a raise of hands who has a bank account here. Anyone have a bank account? Excellent. Do you have Ron in your bank account? You do not. Nobody has Ron in their bank account. Because when you put money in the bank, you no longer control your money. What you have on your card are liabilities from the bank. So it's basically a line in a database saying, this bank owes you money, but you don't have any money in the account. You only have a liability. So you do not control your own money. But is there a thing you can use that you can actually control your money? Yes, it's called Bitcoin. It's open source internet money. It's a payment method. You can buy things with Bitcoin. And it's fully controlled by its users. It's run in a decentralized manner, so all the users have control over the network. And it's run through advanced secure blockchain technology, which is advanced cryptography that secures the whole blockchain. And it's very fast and cheap to use. You can make international money payments in as little as 10 minutes. Now, do people use this stuff? Of course. So now in the Bitcoin network, there are over 300,000 transactions every day, and that number has grown by threefold over the last 2 years. There are 12 million Bitcoin wallets, and that's a fourfold increase over the past 2 years, and this is just one of the providers, which is blockchain.info. Coinbase, which is a very large player in this space, is onboarding about 300,000 people every month to use their platform. So is there a market in this? Yeah. So there's a 500 million euro a day market in Bitcoin, in exchanging Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and other cryptocurrencies. And it's growing. So who are we? We're CoinFlux. We're the largest Bitcoin and Ether exchange in Romania. We've exchanged over 100 million RON worth of Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies in over 12,000 transactions with over 1,700 clients. We now process over 200 transactions every week for clients, and we have over 140 unique customers every week who use our service. We're a fintech. We're based in Cluj, and basically what we allow users to do is buy and sell Bitcoin and other currencies for RON and euros. We have a transactional system, and that means we don't hold custody of your Bitcoin or your money, so it's always safe in your own wallet. We're cheaper and faster than international exchanges, and we offer live customer support via chat. We started in 2015, and we started doing a lot of transactions, and then I started doing this full time. And we launched our platform in September, and in January we reached 10,000 transactions with clients. In March we reached the milestone of 100 million RON transacted, and we also joined the MVP Academy Accelerator. So let's see what we actually do. So when you go to a bank and you want to exchange euros or dollars or other currencies, they will give you a price at which they buy and a price at which they sell. We do the same thing, only for Bitcoin. So residents can buy and sell at our prices for RON, and non-residents can exchange RON in euros. It all happens via bank transfer, so when you want to buy, you would send us money. When you want to sell, you would send us the cryptocurrency, and we will exchange it and send you the money to your bank account. The team is myself. I used to work in asset management in the financial sector. I managed pension funds worth over 500 million euros. About a year and a half ago, I started to learn to code, and I built all the platform and all the software that we have by myself. My colleague, who's the CEO, worked for an insurance company, and we have some consultants that are helping us bring this to market. Also, we're hiring a JavaScript developer, so if you are one or you know one, we'd really like to talk to you. This is an amazing sector that we work in. I think they'd be interested. Do we have competitors? Of course, there are people who've been in the market for a long time. Coinbase is one of them. They've managed to process over $6 billion worth of transactions. They do the 300,000 signups every month. Coinify, and they're a bit different because they allow you to do credit card transactions, and Kraken is a marketplace where you can trade with other people. Now, what makes us different, and why have we managed to do 12,000 transactions? Well, onboarding with us is taking minutes instead of hours or days with other providers, and we're actually making this faster now than it used to be. It's easier, faster, and cheaper to buy or sell with us. So basically, if you want to go on an international exchange and buy Bitcoin, you have many costs. You have RON, so you need to exchange those to euros, that's about 1%. Then you need to make an international payment, and that's 5, 10, 15, 20 euros, depending on your bank. So it all adds up to about 4 or 5% in fees that you need to pay to get one Bitcoin. With us, it's much cheaper and much faster. So an international bank transfer takes 1 or 2 business days, and a payment in the wrong banking system can be settled the same day. So you could get your Bitcoin the same day. There's no risk of you losing your coins because we don't hold them in custody. We send them directly to your wallet. If you don't have a wallet, we'll help you get a wallet. And we have the human live chat support, and we have that for 16 hours a day. So if you have any questions, you can go to our website and click on the button and get some help. The future, we're looking to market our service to other EU countries, and we're working to do that this quarter. And next quarter, we're working on a solution for business-to-business Bitcoin payments. So basically, we're offering like online web shops an option to get Bitcoin, to allow you to pay with Bitcoin. They would get RON or euros or any other currencies they want. We're also in talks with the provider to also sell Bitcoin with a debit card. And we're looking to get a payment service provider license next year, hopefully. If you have any questions, please.
I have actually tried to test a service, but I have stopped in one particular moment. I have stopped when I have seen that you need an arbitrarily large or an uncontrollable amount of time from the moment when you're requesting the transaction and in the moment you're actually doing the transaction. In the sense that you're gonna do the calculation of the actual amount of Bitcoins that you're buying at the specific transfer rate when the bank transfer has been processed. And this, if you want to, if you're doing as a hobby or just to, I don't know, to have a small amount of Bitcoins to trade, that's fine, I guess. But if you're trying to use this platform more or less as a dynamical way to trade assets, right? Like to trade your own money and to make money with that, this can become a problem. Do you have any plans to tackle this?
Yeah, so we're working on it. The current solution we have is you can open an account with the same bank as us, and that means bank payments are instant. So you would get your Bitcoin within 15 minutes. So the price change that you would see within 15 minutes is small. So you would have a very good idea of what you're buying. That's one option. And we're also working on 1 or 2 solutions for this. So we're either going to allow you to put money on the platform and keep it, or set the price before you start the transactions. We're still debating which one of these roads to take. But yeah, we do realize that's an issue and we are working on it.
Because it's either way. If you choose to make the calculation in the moment when I'm requesting a transaction, you can go to get bankrupt. If I'm doing that, I can get bankrupt. So that could be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, so for example, if we take that route, then we're going to have to make the service more expensive when you buy, because I will need to hedge the transaction in case the client doesn't send the money.
But why haven't you started with multiple bank accounts that are you can? It's so simple for a business to offer already like support for the main banks in Romania.
It's not a Bitcoin. We're at our 7th bank.
It's more complicated to convert. Sorry for interrupting. To convert a user that is already reticent to a new concept to go to open a bank account too.
So banks are also resistant to Bitcoin. So we're now at our 7th bank since we started. So banks don't let us spend too much time with them. So we started with the 3 largest banks, and then we started moving down to smaller banks.
As I remember, when I tested this like a few weeks ago, we only had the BRD bank.
Yeah, BRD, yeah.
So it's a bit.
I know, but we're having. It's difficult to open bank accounts, and it takes time.
Okay.
I have 2 questions. One, it's shorter. You said that you don't own the money. Does this mean you don't need to register as a financial institution?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
For the bank has to register at the National Bank of Romania.
Yeah, and that's because they are a payment service provider, so they take money from you and give it to other people. We don't do that.
You don't do that.
We don't do that, so we don't need to, but we're looking to get a license anyway because we want to do that.
And the next question stems from the first. In enforcement procedures, when I have a person who doesn't pay, I initiate the enforcement procedure and I go to his bank and I can seize his money. In your case, if an enforcement agent sends you a notice of enforcement procedure and says, whatever money you want to give to person A, you give them to me, what do you do then?
The lawyer will decide what to do. So if the lawyer says we need to block a transaction, then we can block a transaction or put it on hold until we get more information. We can do that.
Hold.
On hold, yeah.
Actually, there is a small window of time, as the other person said, to get bankrupt. There is a small window of time when the enforcement procedure can force you to pay the person entitled and not the person that exchanges money.
Well, I'm sorry if that person does not pay their taxes or
It's
their
okay. It's legal.
bank
I
rent.
just wanted to know what the situation is because this is a new service and
We haven't had this issue. So we haven't had this issue at all. What I would do, because you're asking me, I would give it to the lawyer and the lawyer will decide what to do.
Okay, thank you.
In terms of banks, is there an official stance of our central bank in terms of Bitcoin? Because from what I've heard, this will be obviously a huge battle in the future for Bitcoin. And at some point, I assume they will say it's illegal to own Bitcoin. Is there anything official in Romania about this?
Yeah, so they've taken the only route possible for an entity that issues money. So they said they can't say it's illegal because they can't make it illegal and they can't stop it. But what they say is this is risky, beware of, they say virtual currency schemes is what they call them. So basically what they're saying is we don't control this, there are risks, beware. They can't do anything more than that because it's decentralized. It's run on over 7,000 computers worldwide. You cannot censor Bitcoin.
Even more so.
You cannot stop Bitcoin. And central banks cannot. But what they can do is issue regulations. So now in the European Parliament there's regulation to include us in the anti-money laundering directive. For example, that will put regulation cost on us, and we need to make sure that we handle the regulation. And all the exchanges will have to do the same. But no central banks cannot stop it. And they can't lock your account and they can't take money from you because you control
They
your own
would
money.
force, for example, the government to say from owning Bitcoin starting 2018. Of course they can.
No, I mean it's online. You cannot stop something online.
You can.
How?
Just like they.
I mean, you can run your own Bitcoin now. Okay, I don't know if they find a way to only block that protocol.
Just like in the past, even the US government made gold illegal, for example. So if the government
Because what gold is physical, it's not on the internet.
The Constitution forbids that specific action now. The actual Constitution. In the past, the state could do that, but now it's hard to imagine.
I don't see how they could do it.
No, I mean legally.
No,
Technically,
in
it's
actual
impossible.
fact, I'm not sure how they would technically be
Yeah.
able to do it.
Technically, it's impossible, and legally, it's illegal.
Excellent.
That helps. If it's legally illegal, then it's no longer maybe a problem. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have two more questions.
Thank you. So I know right now Bitcoin is worth more than gold. Do you think that, but I'm asking for your personal opinion, do you think Bitcoin is reaching through a bubble or something like that? Will the price of Bitcoin drop in the near future?
The price of Bitcoin can go to zero. That's a real possibility. Yeah. So
But what do you think? How much will it grow?
I couldn't say. But to be honest, when you see this kind of growth rates of fourfold or threefold in number of transactions or in number of users, there's clearly demand there. So whenever there's demand in a good or a service or anything, the price goes up. And we've seen that, as you can see in the chart with the market, you know, it was 148 euros in December 2015. It's, I think, 1100 now. There is demand. But, you know, if something is discovered in the protocol that makes it unusable, it can go to zero. There are other currencies, cryptocurrencies, except Bitcoin. There's Ether, there's many things that you can look at. And there's opportunities. I mean, if you watch the market, Ether is fourfold now for a month and a half ago. Litecoin is doubled over the last 2 weeks. There's opportunity there if you watch the market.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Assuming all this is not a problem, but you said that you're the most used solution on the Romanian market. Do you know how large the Romanian market is?
Yeah, so we have about 40 to 50% market share. So there is one other large competitor. They said they've processed 20 million euros worth of transactions. We're at about 23, and there's one smaller player in the market as well.
Okay, and I understand you have this market share based mostly on the good rates that you have on Romanian lei.
Yeah, so this is Romanian specific.
And then if you plan to expand to other markets, how will you keep that advantage? I mean, will you be able to have better rates than a competitor in UK? How will you do that?
Yeah, we can. Because basically, the reason why the rates in RON are worse than the rates in euros is the exchange rate. So because I have to exchange euros for RON, I have to add that extra cost. And it's about that extra cost that is the difference in price between euros and RON. For euros, I mean, our price is quite competitive. We have better price than Coinbase does, which is the largest sort of service of what we do, of exchange service for retail clients.
And how do you get such an advantage? How do you keep such an advantage?
We're lean, so we're a 3-person team. We're going to 5 now, and they're 100 something.
Okay, so basically you're saying that as you would scale up, you will not be able to keep the same advantage.
I think we would, yeah. So basically what happened with Coinbase is that they were charging 1%, and then they had a large enough user base where they said we can charge more. So if we take the same route, we can get the people to use our service, and then we can charge more in the future and keep a low rate now.
One more question. Why did you say that the banks keep closing your account and you have to switch? Because are you different by any other company? I mean, you take money for services and then...
It's a compliance issue. Basically, so we're working with some consultants now on this compliance issue. And what we found is that the banks are worried because there's no traceability in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is rather anonymous. So I will be getting money from someone, changing it to Bitcoin and sending it further away. Now I'm not sure if the same person is receiving the money. I'm assuming the same person is. So this is the main issue. For example, if someone is selling Bitcoin, I cannot be sure that the person selling the Bitcoin is the person who has the account with me. So this is one of the issues that we're facing, and we're working on a solution for that now. And we're going to have a service that basically screens if the Bitcoin or Ether addresses have been linked to terrorism or money laundering or any criminal activity. And this should give the banks less of a reason to close the account. But basically working with Bitcoin, many banks have a bank level policy where they say we don't work with Bitcoin companies because there's a risk of money laundering. So Piraeus, for example, is one such case. We had an account there, it was open for a month, and they said, you know, our Greek guys said close it down. Veneto Banca is the same thing. It's group level decisions where they don't like it.
Thank you very much, Vlad. Great questions, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed the pitches today, and I hope our lined up startups were interesting to everyone. So this pretty much concludes the PitchIT event. If you'd like to go to ReadyForStartups.co and subscribe, we'll let you know when and where we host the event again, or other events, other signature events of ours. Thank you very much.